Welcome back to Citizen Arcane. A lot of ink has been spilled about Orenthal James Simpson and the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. I have not read all of them, but what follows are my top 5 books about OJ. Now, there are some honorable mentions, books that I have not actually read but may fall eventually. And I wish I could say that all of the books that I've chosen have been the best that are out there, based on merit. But there's some that I picked just based on their salacious content, and a couple of them that I read on trips where the book just caught my eye before I set off to wherever I was going to go. So here are a few honorable mentions, books that I have not actually read. Evidence Dismissed, the inside story of the police investigation of OJ Simpson, published by Tom Lang, written by Tom Lang, and he was one of the lead investigators. That, might be worth reading. American Tragedy, the uncensored story of the Simpson defense by Lawrence Schiller. That is a big fatty. I don't think that one is going to make its way in front of me, but it's interesting. It catches my eye. Outrage, the 5 Reasons O.J. Simpson Got Away with Murder by Vincent Bugliosi. That one was published in 1996. I am always wary of books that are published that close to the incident, just because it seems like it might be a money-making thing. I have not read the the one Bugliosi wrote about Manson. I'll put some information about that on screen. But so I don't know about his writing style. Without a Doubt by Marcia Clark, as the lead prosecutor, I guess that one might be worth reading. How I Helped O.J. Get Away with Murder, the shocking inside story of violence, loyalty, regret, and remorse by Mike Gilbert. I think that one has something to do also with the eventual conviction that he got for taking back some sports memorabilia. I'm not sure. One that I remember at the time, thinking, wow, this is really just, selling your friend for money, is Shattered in the Eye of the Storm by Faye Resnick. And, I don't know, that one might just be too depressing to read. I'm not sure. But of the books that I did read, number 5 is The Private Diary of an O.J. Juror, Behind the Scenes of the Trial of the Century, by Michael Knox. This book caught my eye as I was getting ready for a long bus journey, and I read it quickly. I didn't take notes. I don't remember much about it. It was not, as I recall, great, but I remember there were little tidbits about the trial that I read when it was still sort of fresh in my mind. That one was written right after the incident and before, I think, the final play out happened anyway. Number 4, In Contempt. Christopher Darden has been repeatedly cast as immature, undisciplined, and overly concerned about image in other OJ books I've read, and I remember thinking the same when I read this book. It did not read well. It was not smooth, and generally it was zero fun. You knew what his perspective was going to be, and there was little added by all of the verbiage. So I did make it through. I did complete the book, but was not very impressed. Okay, as you know, all of these YouTube channels are fed by subscriptions and likes. Please do take the time to do that. We are a website about sports and books mostly, but please also take the time to click on some of our links, both above and below. And if you are a YouTuber or booktuber or sports tuber, let me know. Maybe we can collaborate. I give shout outs. I tweet out other people's content, whatever it takes. So please get in touch. Number 3 in my book is If I Did It by OJ himself. This one I got from a library a long time after the drama was over, but it should be introduced as evidence in the court of public opinion. If not for double jeopardy, it would be considered a direct admission of guilt, badly written. But if you didn't think O.J. did it before, this, in his own words, will convince you. Number 2, Murder in Brentwood. This is the most recent one that I just finished. Greatly vilified Detective Mark Furman makes his case. He talks a lot about the infamous tapes. It's kind of an apology a little bit. He talks about his take on the investigation, what his actual participation was. He provides an alternative narrative to what was presented in court and what he thinks actually happened. Some of it is very interesting. Again, it was a good read. I enjoyed it. Go ahead and get that if you're interested. And the number one book is by Jeffrey Toobin, famous for this.
You were caught masturbating on camera.
You got it all right. Penis!
That's right. Actually, the most entertaining and overall best of the books I've read. Toobin has been hit or miss with me. I really liked American Heiress, but The Oath and The Nine, it just seemed like there was a lot of crossover between those two, and it was as if he used the same notes in some ways. So I don't know. Toobin, you know, I wonder how things are gonna go with him. Anyway, those are my top 5. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do like and subscribe, and have a great day.